What was it? What was it? Because it blinded my eyesight. I bet it did. Over here, right, on this podcast, I like to talk about you and I. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Nice to meet you. I allowed you to treat me that way. Ooh. It's only around the times that you've been consistent, just doing the things that you actually want to be doing. Boom. That's when that person hit you up.
I'm so over it. Don't be texting, don't be calling till it's
It's by myself. Okay. Well, go ahead then, Charles. All right, hold up. Honestly, I'm proud. This is a proud moment. Proud moment, guys, because I just set up everything by myself. Insert clapping edits. I turned the camera on. I turned the mic on. I done did my timer. Normally, I have Wave here, but I wanted him to teach me how to do this so I could be alone because I just feel like being by myself, I could really be talking to the girls. Like, he don't be listening to me, but you know, when like the presence of somebody else is just like in the room, it kind of just be like that I feel like if I could do these podcasts the way that I just be talking alone in my car, I really feel like they're going to hit different because I be doing weird shit when I'm alone. That's me. I'd be in the car having a full blown. Like, it's so funny because when I'm in my car talking to myself, I know everybody around me thinks that I have somebody playing through like my car system. And I'm like, oh, no, guys. I'm simply talking to the voices in my head. It's okay. Anyway, welcome back or welcome to the Ladies Always Win podcast. I'm your host, Law, Miss Ladies Always Win. And I'm glad you're here. I don't want to cross my legs. Indecisive. Sorry, I'm glad you're here. Hey, I've had a lot of iced coffee. We're amped up. I had to, do my little Pali Santos. I had to sage the energy. I have tried to film this episode about 15 times. That's an exaggeration, but at least like 3-4 times. So boom, filmed it last week in cahoots with the other episode because I like to double film. Both the episodes got lost. Filmed today. I tried to film this 3 times and I just wasn't able to focus. Like something was just off. Something just wasn't feeling right. That's kind of why I also wanted like to just be alone. I was like, I'm gonna just try this a different way because I think it's because the message of this episode is just so powerful. Like, when something is just like so good and then it's like all the forces that be against you be doing all their shits. And it's like, I'm the kind of person where like, I'm very like optimistic. So if a bunch of like bad things start happening, I'm not like, oh my God, like why is this happening? I'd be like, man, the devil must be trying real hard because for why? Because it's not going to stop me. It's not going to stop me. The episode still came out. Come on, Mike Tyson, let me stop. Anyway, but yeah, guys. Had to sage the energy, but we're back. New vibes, new feelings. I'm so happy that you're here hanging out with me. If you're watching on YouTube, that means you can see my pretty face. Leave a comment. I've been actually reading all the comments on YouTube and it's like so cool to see that. I'm like, yo, people are finding the show and like, they like the episodes. Oh my God. It's like imposter syndrome. But yeah, leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. If you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we love you. Leave a review, girl. Go ahead. Just leave a little review. Click that little 5 stars. Boom. It just helps the podcast get to more people. And this show, I really just want it to be a place where people can just find real answers, real conversations about things that they've always wondered, life, relationships, especially the relationship with yourself, dating. Like, I really make this content for younger me. And that's honestly, no cap, that's what got me to like really get serious and like totally refocus on this episode, because today we're talking about nothing for you is behind you. And I was in the bathroom spazzing. Like, I'm telling this is hot moment, humble, open, and transparent. Where are you at, Pastor Mike? If you don't know, he's a pastor, Transformation Church. Look him up. Look him up. I be watching every Sunday, and that's their acronym: hot, open, and transparent. It's just like about, being vulnerable, which is something I want to do on this show. So yeah, straight up, I was in the bathroom. I didn't slam the door. I'm that kind of person that when I get angry, I got physical rage that I need to get out of my body. And boom, shut that shit. I was in there. And then I thought about, think about you a couple years ago. And what if that younger version of you, right, when she's thinking about getting with her toxic ex that I now know years later, would have been the worst decision of my life. But imagine younger me in that situation, just on YouTube or going through TikTok, seeing clips of something. Like, what if I could have saw something that said this? Maybe I wouldn't have made that choice. And so if that is you today, I don't know what your thing is. I don't know if it's going back to an ex. I don't know if it's going back to a friendship, a relationship. That could be a relative, by the way. Yeah, we'll get into that one day. I am pro cutting family members off. Yeah, I have a whole TikTok about that too. But whatever your thing is, again, the old version of you, that's really my thing. And that's the perspective I'm talking about. And so whatever your thing is that you're trying to, run away from, and it just is pulling you back, you keep looking back at it. It just keeps seeming so taunting. Like, no, this is for you. So turn it up. Slow songs up. What's that Lizzo song? Wait a minute. Nah. Oh my God, it's 333. Do I look the song up? Nah, wait, but is YouTube gonna copyright it? Wait, I'm not monetized. Hold up. Wave might just really blow. Oh, I'm on airplane mode. Hold up. Wave really might just blow my whole shits right now. And edit this out. What is that tempo? It's just the fact that it's 3-3. Hold on. Sorry, if you're listening on audio, we just busted into a full-blown dance party. Sorry. Maybe Wave's gonna edit it out. Maybe he's gonna edit it and make it funny. I don't know. If you're listening on audio, feel free to watch on YouTube sometimes, because it's a vibe. That's cute. I got I can't see, my hair messed up. Sorry. The fact that it was 333, I had to. But yeah, turn it up. This is for you. All the girlies who are thinking about going back, we're not doing it. I have a song called No Going Back. It's for you. Yeah. Hello? Ring, ring, ring. Oh, it's for you. It's my song, No Going Back. Look it up by law. Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. And yeah, that whole song is really just about, it's about not going back to an ex specifically, but just in general, I listen to it now and I think about myself. I think about the version of myself I was when I wrote that song, the version of myself that I was when I was in the situation that the song is about. And I go, man, I don't want to go back to her. Forget about the ex, bitch. Because, over here, right, on this podcast, I like to talk about you and I. And when we start talking about ourselves and you start realizing that you cannot control other people, I start to realize it was me. It was me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Nice to meet you. I allowed you to treat me that way. Ooh, that part. But when, again, on the show, we talk about real stuff. So when you realize, yes, you're shitty for treating me that way, but yes, I also take responsibility that I didn't love myself enough to leave or have the resources to even comprehend what was going on. And that's okay. And we're healing. Healing energy on me. Come on, Chris. We're healing from that for sure. But I still acknowledge that I played a part in that. And that now I don't want to go back to my old self. Forget about going back to you, bitch. I don't want to go back to the bitch I was when I was even with you. The girl I was when I thought that you were attractive was on, I'm not going to say DRUGS because, YouTube. I don't know. Not really. But, you just know when, you look back at somebody that when you look back at a picture at a person that you used to defend to your friends, you are gagging over them. And then you look at them now, and you just be like, what was in the Kool-Aid back then? What was it? Because it blinded my eyesight. I bet it did. I bet you it did. Somebody put something in my eye drops, because what did I see in you? You're ugly now, and you were probably ugly then, because all my friends were telling me, but I was just delulu. Yeah, when you just, when you look back at that, you be looking at yourself. You be making your own decisions. But anyway, this whole episode is inspired by a TikTok I made, where basically I said that nothing for you is behind you. And that if I were going to give you gifts, because I love you, thank you so much for watching the Ladies Always Win podcast. If I was going to give you a gift, I would not tap you on the shoulder and make you turn around. I would stand in front of you and I would hand it to you, because the things that are for you are going to be in front of you, not behind you. And that is what this entire episode is about, is just a little bit of encouragement and wisdom and insight that I promise you, whatever you think is going to be better It's not going to be better. It's just comfortable and you're scared. I promise you. If you get over that hump, what's ahead is better. Always. I'm snapping for myself. What's ahead is always better. And something that I want to talk about in this episode is familiar spirits. Ooh, cue the little ghost noise. That's a new thing I've learned about. And when I heard about kind of like what it was, I was like, oh, I instantly knew what it was in my life, and it really spooked me out. And so familiar spirits are basically just things that come into your life, normally around a time of elevation, normally around a time of super awareness, you're really moving shit. You're actually doing what you need to be doing. These familiar spirits come into your life in various ways to give you an opportunity to choose comfortable. Oof. That's the best way I can put it. And familiar spirits can be exes, relationships, friendships, habits, places that you used to go, things you used to do that you just got no business doing now. Like anything that's just comfortable to an old version of you that you're trying to kill off, you're trying to die to, you're trying to go forward, right? And anything that reminds you of that is a familiar spirit. It can feel like a sign, because for me, it's always relationships that are from like my childhood or from a time when like, damn, we're getting real. I want the show to be real. I gotta be real. It comes from people, relationships, and just things that I had from before I started my music career. So really anything like high school down, right? Like middle school, high school, a little bit after high school. I have a certain connection to that time because, my life looks drastically different now from what it did at that time. And at that time is when I always wanted this kind of stuff. And again, no inklings that this was, I'm really, sitting in this now. But it was a lot of just like dreaming and hoping. And so the things and the people that were around during that time mean a lot to me, but it's because of, again, who I was at that time and just like how meaningful it was to me and the people. And, obviously like when you continue on, not even just like in like the music industry, but just in life, when you just continue on, you cannot trust people. And, sometimes I would think, man, I knew you in my childhood so I could trust you, but that's not true. Just because I've known you for a long time doesn't mean anything. Like your character is still your character. Hence why you should cut off family members if they are out of pocket. Again, we're going to do another episode about that because I also made a TikTok about that was doing pretty good. I feel like I use my TikTok as I use it as kind of like testers, right? For like topics on the show. Anyway, I was on a whole tangent over there. For me, I would always think of it as like a sign and like kind of feel like messed up if I cut off anything. Again, not just people, but anything from that time, because I'm like, yo, like it's the classic. Oh, you blow up and you change, and I would be so afraid of that. But that's not really what it was. Like, I'm still the same person, but it's about. I kind of started realizing, like the devil is using my good heart of wanting to keep these connections and wanting to still be relatable to who I was at this time before all of this. He's using that as a familiar spirit to actually try and make it seem like that's what it is, but it's really a way to keep me attached to my past. Because the same way that I don't want to let some things go, like when you find like a teddy bear or something in your room, like you're cleaning out your room, and you'll just find like a little teddy bear from when you were in middle school, or like you'll find like a picture, like you just find like some little trinket from your past, and you don't want to throw it away because it's like the last thing you like physical thing you have, and it almost feels like if I get rid of this thing, I get rid of that completely. And God was kind of like, that's the point. And I was like, oh. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Anyway, child, I just kind of had to realize, man, the devil really was making me think, oh my God, like, no, I gotta hang on to this person. But it's like, no, he's trying to keep me attached. Because the other thing too is that, like, yes, those things, right, are in that past time, those precious memories, but so are people who haven't changed. And if I were to go hang out with those people now and pick up on their habits, that would not be productive for me. That would not be good for where I'm going. And a lot of times, a familiar spirit, again, doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, but a lot of times it's like that one ex that'll text you around, all the times that you're doing good. It's only around the times that you've been consistent going to the gym. It's only around the times that you've been consistent reading your Bible. It's only around the times that you've been consistent just doing the things that you actually want to be doing, right? Boom. That's when that person hits you up. And again, it's an opportunity to choose comfortable, because every day when you wake up and you choose your new life, you choose to go forward, you are choosing the unknown. And every single day in that journey of choosing the unknown, something's going to pop up that could be like, hey, remember me? The past, comfortable, familiarity, right? Your brain is telling you, ooh, safety, pick that. And that's where self-sabotage comes in. Like, there's a lot that really goes into this, because now your brain is just trying to keep you safe, but you have to understand that it's safe to go forward. In fact, I don't know how much safer it could be to stay where I'm at, right? There's all those quotes that are about you're choosing pain every day regardless, right? And you're either choosing the pain of staying the same or the pain of learning how to change. Because if you were to look at your life 10 years from now and nothing changed and everything is the same, that would be good. Just the thought of it, bitch, I want to throw up. Like, the thought of not progressing at all, I instantly thought about like a manager I had at like one of my first jobs, that when I realized how old she was and that we made the same amount of money, oh my gosh, it put a fire on my ass, because I was like, I don't want to be you. Like, no cap, side story. At that same job that I worked at, I had taken off for a concert, right? Shout out to my Kia girl. That's my concert girl. We went to go meet Bozzy. And I had to put my little time off thing in and request off, whatever. So I put that in and she denied it, my manager. I didn't understand, because I was like, girl, I didn't follow the protocol. Like, it was one of those, babes, I'm not asking you to not be here. I paid for concert tickets. I will not be here. And so she called me into her office and, was like, hey, like, I saw that you put your thing in for your time in, but, it's declined and you have to be here. And I was like, her name, I'm just going to say her name. Her name was, we called her, but I said, I called her full name. I needed her to really hear me. I needed the mirrors to turn on. So I said, I already paid $100 and I forgot how much it was, dollars, to go to a concert. So I'm not going to be here. I will try to find somebody to cover my shift. And then she goes, nope, I'm still going to write you up. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I do not miss these days of like this, like working this type of job. Oh, it makes me grateful every day that I don't have to do that. And she was like, yeah, basically if I didn't show up, that she was going to write me up. And even if I found someone to cover my shift, that it wasn't going to matter. I was going to get a write-up. And then she tried to turn it into like this little, I can't say like mother-daughter, but like some type of like mentor moment. And she was like, we're sitting in her little ass office. It's no bigger than this podcast set. No tea, no shade. I'm just saying, no tea, no shade. And we're sitting in her office and she's like, I used to be just like you. Okay. And she's like, if you really buckle down and focus, you can have an office like me one day. At this point, I'm signed. I'm doing music, and I go, no offense, Jess, but I don't want to be you. I don't want to be you in like 5 years. Like I'm afraid of that. Same way that this manager was just so much older than me, and I was like 19, and we made the same amount of money. And so that just instantly put like the fear of, whoa, I don't even know like where this came from. The choice. Look at me. I'm connecting dots today. Yeah, that fear was just like, whoa. And I instantly, like, I learned that feeling young, 19. The fear of me looking at my life in 20 years and it looking the same. I can't. I cannot. I would rather the fear of the unknown every day than to stay where I'm at and to stay where I've been. Because if I stay where I've been, if when I wake up, if I don't make new decisions to become a new person and I risk staying the same that day and my same habits and I don't improve, and then I do that day after day, week after week, I'm going to look back and be like, oh, no. So that's why every day you have to choose discipline again. You have to choose habits that you're trying to stick to again. You have to choose your commitment to your future self again. Because again, over and over and over again, because choosing the unknown 10 years from now is going to be a lot more beneficial than choosing what was comfortable and choosing what was familiar. And I don't know where we're at time-wise on this episode, but before we wrap up, I did want to make sure I put my little points in here. Because again, this episode, like, there wasn't really a lot of structure to the first episode, and I think that that's why. I'm actually happy I had to refilm it. This was much more vibey, much more girl chatty, which I love. I definitely like being here by myself, because I could just... But yeah, I'm glad I had to refilm because I think I was able to throw in some other little stories and trinkets. But the whole episode, like, there really was no script. It's really just encouragement and just hopefully to be a sign to anybody who's been thinking about going back. No, babe. We're going into summer. So for anybody, if you got contacts, you got situationships, you got phone numbers, you got friends, you got things that you should not be taking into summer 2024 with you, let this be your sign. Leave it. No going back. Ain't no going back to you. Hey, back to you. Go stream the song right now. And it's a banger. Let me stop. But yeah, no going back. I didn't set it all. I said it all. That's all I have for you guys today. Nothing for you is behind you. In the future, it's always going to be better. If you have gotten this far in the episode, I love you so much. Comment something that let me know you got to the end. I wonder who, Spotify tells me who listens all the way, but either way, thank you guys for joining. I will be back next Wednesday with another topic. And until then, I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful week.